What if one bomb could unleash chaos instead of a single explosion? Imagine a weapon that scatters dozens or hundreds of smaller explosives over a wide area. This is the essence of cluster bombs. Cluster bombs are designed with an outer casing that carries numerous submunitions, known as bomblets. These are released over a broad zone rather than targeting a single point. This allows one bomb to affect a significantly larger area compared to conventional explosives. So, how do these bombs actually work? It's a straightforward process. A bomb, rocket, missile, or artillery shell is launched towards a target. Mid-air, the casing opens and releases the bomblets over the target zone. These smaller explosives are intended to detonate on impact or shortly after, maximizing the bomb's impact. The military values the wide area effect of cluster munitions. They are particularly useful against scattered troops, light vehicles, and staging grounds. A single strike can cover what would otherwise require multiple conventional attacks, making them attractive for saturation approaches in combat. However, this effectiveness leads to significant controversy. Many bomblets fail to explode, leaving behind unexploded ordnance. This unexploded threat can linger for years, endangering civilians long after conflicts end. Fields, roads, and neighborhoods can become hazardous due to these remnants. This danger has spurred extensive criticism. Cluster munitions raise serious humanitarian concerns, especially near populated areas. The International Committee of the Red Cross warns that these weapons can hinder safe returns for displaced families and contaminate land and infrastructure. To address these issues, many countries have joined the Convention on Cluster Munitions. This treaty prohibits the use, production, and transfer of cluster munitions and mandates the destruction of existing stockpiles. Over 100 states have joined this agreement since its adoption in 2008. However, major military powers like the US, Russia, and China have not signed the treaty, leaving the debate on cluster munitions very much alive. Now, let's consider a hypothetical US-Iran conflict. Would cluster bombs play a significant role? Tactically, yes, but they wouldn't be the deciding factor. Key elements like air superiority, missile exchanges, and intelligence would have a more significant influence on the outcome. Cluster bombs could be relevant in attacks against dispersed troops or temporary equipment. Yet, their effectiveness depends on various factors, including target location and civilian proximity. Iran's expansive geography and layered military structure make it challenging for cluster bombs to dominate the battlefield. High-value targets often include mobile systems and hardened facilities, requiring precision over area bombardment. Moreover, the political ramifications of using cluster munitions are substantial. Deploying these weapons in a conflict attracting global scrutiny would invite stern criticism. This is due to their association with civilian casualties and unexploded ordnance. In summary, cluster bombs are designed to distribute many smaller explosives over large areas, offering some tactical advantages. However, they create lasting humanitarian risks. In a US-Iran war, while they may influence localized engagements, the broader conflict would hinge on intelligence and precision capabilities rather than any single controversial weapon. That's why the debate around cluster bombs continues. For militaries, they are efficient area weapons. For humanitarian organizations and many governments, they present unacceptable risks long after the battle is over. If you found this explanation informative, like, share, and subscribe for more insights on military weapons and their impacts.